Hi everyone, I'm Liz Kohler Brown. I'm an artist, designer, and teacher, and today I want to show you a few different changes I've made to my drawing setup lately to make long drawing sessions a little bit more comfortable and ergonomic. I spend so much time drawing on my iPad. I really know what it feels like to have neck pain and wrist pain from spending a ton of time hunched over your iPad. And so many people have asked me what kind of case I use, what kind of pencil grip I use, so I thought it was a good time to show you my favorites and give you a few tips for changing up your drawing routine. I used to work with clay as my medium, and I spent a ton of time hunched over the potter's wheel, and I had all kinds of back pain from doing that because you're always in the exact same position. The key to not hurting yourself with creating for hours and hours every day is to change up your position. So try to draw in different positions, sitting down, standing up, as many different ways as you can think of to change up your drawing positions. The first thing I like to change often is my pencil grips. I try to change out the grips every week or so because I find that if I grip the pencil in the exact same way all the time, it eventually starts creating a cramp in my hand. Whereas if I change the grips out every now and then, I don't have that feeling of aching in my hand and wrist. So here are a few different pencil grips that I've tried out that I really like. I use these a lot. I really like that it has a larger end that you can hold on to. So I find that gripping this really tiny bar is a little bit difficult, whereas having something a little thicker to hold can be more comfortable for long-term drawing. My only complaint is that if I push hard enough on the screen, I can actually shift this down the Apple Pencil, and that's kind of annoying. So I tend to only use this if I'm going to be doing really light drawing, maybe just adding in a little bit of texture or highlight. The next ones that I really like are these full body pieces. So the nice thing about this is it holds on to your cap, and it also covers the whole pencil so you can kind of grip with this part of your hand as well. I have to admit that these are a little bit tricky to get on, but once you get them on, they really stay put. So you kind of just have to hold one end of it and slide the other end on. And then once you put this little cap on, anytime you charge it, it just stays in that cap. So that's really convenient. I've lost this thing a million times. It gets lost in my backpack and drives me crazy. So I love having one of these little holders. This one's really similar. It has the attached case holder, so I really like this one. I like this one in small doses because I have really sensitive hands, and sometimes this little ribbing can be a little bit rough, but I like it when I need to really grip. So if I'm doing something where I want to push hard on the screen, this will really help you hold onto the pencil and it won't slide off. In fact, it takes me about 5 minutes to get this off of my pencil. Sometimes you just have to shift these down, so I just hold one end and push down on the other side. So overall, I think this has got to be my favorite because it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. It holds onto your cap, it's really easy to grip, it stays in place. But the one downside, I think, is that it doesn't add any bulk down here. So I wish some company would combine these two and then it would be perfect. But for now, I kind of switched between this one and this one. And then this one for times that I want to push really hard on the screen. The second thing I like to use is an iPad case that is really easy to adjust. You can see with this case that I can easily adjust the size from being very straight up and down to being almost totally horizontal. And you'll notice that it snaps into place. Some of the other cases that I used, if you would press too hard on them, they would just fall straight down. which is incredibly annoying, as you can imagine. So this one's really nice. It never falls down, so I would definitely recommend this case. This is a case that was actually recommended by Jennifer Nichols, who is a fellow Skillshare teacher and one of the members in my iPad Artists and Designers Facebook group. So what I love about this case is, of course, the magnetic portion, and also that it's rubber. The last cases I got were plastic, and this part of it just started breaking even with the first time I popped it in. So they made this a kind of a bendable material, so I don't think this is ever going to break. It's really durable, and I just love how strong these magnets are. You really cannot push this down. It's also really easy to close and open, and it has a really strong outer shell, so I feel comfortable just throwing this in my backpack with several other things. The third thing I like to use is an adjustable desk. So you can make your desk adjustable by just stacking some boxes on it, of course, or you can invest in something a little bit more fancy like this desk that moves. This is an idea I got from Tila Cunningham, who is one of my favorite hand lettering teachers. She suggested having a desk that moves up and down like this one, and when I got her suggestion, I immediately bought it, and I have never been sorry. It's totally worth the money. I adjust my desk all day throughout the day, so if you have a little extra money and you want to make your workspace a lot more comfortable and adjustable, I think this is definitely worth the investment. I can't even make it go up all the way because it's going to hit my filming lights, but it does go up even higher than this. So as you can imagine, this really comes in handy when I'm drawing and I just want to sit up straight for a few minutes or so. I can just set this up high and adjust my stand, and then I'm drawing in a totally different position. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. Of course, you don't need to get the exact products that I have here. The important takeaway is change up your drawing routine. Don't draw in the exact same position all the time. I used to work in ceramics and I was hunching over the potter's wheel all the time, and my back still hurts from years of doing that. So I really recommend thinking a lot about your back and your hands if you want to create for the rest of your life. It's a really important thing to think about. Thanks so much for watching. Of course, you can find links to everything I've mentioned in the blog post. And if you have any special requests or questions you'd like me to answer in future videos, please just let me know. And I hope I see you again next time. Bye-bye.